Is there any animal you won't kill?
I would want to eat a dog.
Why not?
Because they're cute. I like them. They're fun.
Giannis Papas had this like crazy explanation why we have this connection to dogs. They helped us develop our frontal cortex or something because they protected us in the night so we didn't have to stay up. So predators didn't devour us.
There's an argument for that. I mean, we definitely turned them into dogs. It was basically the bitch-ass wolves. The bitch-ass wolves that didn't want to hunt and, kind of like cowered and, submitted themselves to us, and we'd throw them food, and then they would bark when other things come near. That's what happened. That was the process. A Chihuahua is a fucking wolf, which is wild.
Yeah.
It's like it started out as a wolf, but through selective breeding, they figured out a way to turn them into Chihuahuas.
And why can they breed like with close family members?
Well, they can breed with dogs, I mean,
no, but you can breed the same family of dogs.
Yeah, well, the same way people can. You can fuck your sister and make a kid.
But then it becomes retarded, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't,
It becomes Chihuahua.
It's not definitely, it doesn't definitely become retarded. It becomes retarded when there's a lot of inbreeding, right? But people have been inbreeding forever. I mean, look at the English family, the English royal families.
Yeah.
I mean, you ever see those paintings of those old dudes like from back in the day on the walls?
No, what?
Oh my God, they're like horrendous. They all have like distorted faces and shit because of inbreeding. Because they would only have sex with other royals.
They had all like hip problems and shit, and like their bodies were all fucked up.
But it didn't affect their intellect in any way?
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah, it probably did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, how could they run countries?
Because they were a monarchy. They were in charge already, just like Joe Biden. I mean, you think about it. How could he run the country? He can't even fucking count, right? There's no idea what's going on.
100%.
When he starts banging out numbers, I
it's the
tense
best.
up. Like, whoa.
Oh, I get excited. It's my favorite thing.
That's a perfect example of like, if you just get into a position where you're already in power, people will protect you. They want to keep their jobs. They want to keep that form of power.
Because their safety is dependent on your power. So they just keep you there kind of as a puppet.
Yeah, and then they manipulate you.
That was my theory about George Bush Jr.
Yeah.
They had him there, and they're like, he'll let us run the country the way we want to.
Well, look who he had for his fucking vice president, the CEO of Halliburton.
Yeah.
And they did the most transparent shit of all time. They gave Halliburton billions and billions of dollars in no bid contracts. No bid. So no one's competing. No one's going, I can do it for less.
Right.
And they did it for shit that they blew up. So they would blow things up, and then they would hire Halliburton,
to
his
rebuild
company,
it.
Yeah, exactly.
and he had stock in Halliburton. So he was profiting off of the United States rebuilding shit that they blew up because of his decisions.
Have you met with people that are in these positions of power now?
No.
Never?
I've avoided it.
But they've tried to meet up.
I've had some opportunities to meet some people that I don't want to meet. Yeah.
And
like, no thanks.
How do you say no thanks to the people that do whatever they want?
You just don't respond. You ghost them.
You ghost.
The CIA is hitting you up and you're just leaving them on red.
Joe, come on. I don't, I think by this point in time, they probably don't want to have anything to do with me. But I think before, like a lot of the controversy and the Spotify stuff, they were looking at the podcast as a way for people to get on there and have a chance to shape the narrative. And I'm a friendly guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm not trying to play gotcha with anybody.
Yeah.
When people come on, if they say they don't want to talk about something, I say, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in having a conversation. And so I think they would look at it as like a unique way to manipulate public information or public's concepts on things.
So if they're doing that with you, they're definitely doing it on Facebook. They're doing it through news, through everything.
There's no question about it. They're doing it with everything.
Everybody's compromised.
Well, there's the problem is the people that are actually doing it are also aware of it and upset by it because it also affects them. So you got people like Edward Snowden who get to a certain point in time and he goes like, what the fuck are we doing? And then he goes public with this.
Right.
And now he has to, ironically, live in Russia and hide from the United States. But that was, he's that kind of guy because he's an internet guy.
When did you know you were big enough that people could use your platform to manipulate the masses? Was there a moment where you're like, somebody hit me up and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm big enough that I need to start being watchful or wary?
I just it was like a slow burn over time I figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like right in the beginning, early days, I'd have anybody on. Oh, Holocaust isn't real? Come on. Tell me more. After a while, people started getting mad. And I was like, okay, I don't agree with them. Jesus Christ, I have to have people on that I only agree with? This is going to get boring. Yeah.
Is that a thing you seek out? Like, I want people I know I'm going to disagree with, at least early on? You'd be like, well, that's the only way it's fun.
No, the only criteria is, am I interested in talking to them? So I get like hundreds of requests, right? They all come into the email. And I look through and I go, where'd this guy go? He walked across Antarctica.
Yeah.
I like that one. I saw that.
I've had a couple of those. I got another guy coming on soon that's done some wild shit like that. Like those, like it's just got to be interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like I had Kristen Beck on this week.
Okay.
She was a male Navy SEAL and then became transgender. And then they have
Is this
this
the one that
documentary,
Shapiro and
Lady Valor. No, the one where he was threatening.
Yeah,
she was threatening.
Grabbed Shapiro's neck.
No,
Shapiro goes, "That's not very ladylike." I thought that was a pretty good line.
No, he's hilarious. Ben Shapiro's a funny dude. This is Kristen Beck up there. So was a Navy SEAL and then decided to transition and become a woman. And, but just super honest and open. And, it's so odd because used to be this badass dude with a beard and now she's got fake boobs but looks like a man.
Yeah.
Like dresses like a man. Like full, like I don't think is like really trying hard to look like a woman, just looking like herself.
Does she talk about that?
Yeah, she doesn't try to hide her voice or anything. She's not like what's that? The chick from Theranos?
Elizabeth Holmes.
Elizabeth Holmes. Yeah.
She's my favorite. It's her amazing voice. It's so amazing. Yeah, that's.
Wait, so you spoke to her already?
Yeah, I had her on the podcast this week. She grew up in a small town in Texas and always felt wrong. Always felt like she was in the wrong box.
Yeah.
Always felt fucked up. Had no. There was no manipulation. No one was grooming her. It was 100% just how she felt.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you got to realize, man.
Yes.
Everybody is different. Yep. There's a spectrum. This motherfucker doesn't even eat meat.
Exactly.
I'm basically trans.
Yeah, basically.